So I hope every day I hope that you are all fine, right? And I'm positive that you are all fine, right? And I told you that my next topic will start today, and my next topic is here, the chapter number third of contemporary world politics, and chapter name is U.S. hegemony in world politics. U.S. hegemony in world politics. Now, what is the meaning of hegemony? Write down with your pencil. I told you all the time, every time, that you should have your pencil, pen, any important word, meaning, I will tell you. You can note down, not any copy, direct on your book. So, hegemony means constantly trying to be in world politics. Constantly trying to be in world politics. कभी आपने वर्ड सोचा है? Did you think sometime that two main countries, every country wants to be in world politics. They always try to be getting good power, hold the power. Maybe it's a small country, maybe it's a middle country, mediocre, and maybe it's a world power country. After the disintegration of USSR, Russia is one of the major power. I'm not saying world power, one of the major power and one of the world's major power, right? But that also wants to be in world politics because if it is alive, everybody knows about Russia, Vladimir Putin. It means that particular word that Russia is vibrant, that Russia is vibrant. So it wants to be in world politics. Same here after the disintegration of USSR, right? There was bipolarity. मतलब दो power होते थे, super power. Now it is a one power, one super power, that is America. But it always constantly that it wants constantly it should be in the world politics. Everybody should know about USA because USA is one of the one not now one of the it's the only superpower. Other countries are one of the parties, right? So we have seen that the end of Cold War left the US without serious rival in the world. कोल्ड वॉर खत्म हो गया था. कोल्ड वॉर खत्म कब हुआ था? जब यूएसएसआर टूटा, when USSR was disintegrated, and when Cold War was started during the period of Second World War. After the Second World War ended, the very day Cold War started. Now, what my opinion is, mine opinion, the Cold War cannot be ended. एक जंग हर वक्त रहती है. Maybe look India and Pakistan. In Pakistan, was a part of India, but now, and we fought three wars, right? Displacement also, civil war also, and uh, same, Pakistan and Bangladesh. Bangladesh was a part of Pakistan, now it's an independent country, right? So everywhere Cold War is very much alive. You cannot aloof from the Cold War. But yes, who wants to be the powerful? Who is powerful? Wants to be powerful, and is powerful is having a lot of differences. Is having a lot of differences. So that is the era since they have been described as a period of US dominance after the Second World War. Then after the Cold War ended, it according to the book, US wants to dominate the world power. It has its all dominance or a unipolar world. यूनिपोलर वर्ल्ड में अब तो एक ही पावरफुल कंट्री है वन ऑफ द सुपर पावर बैलेंस ऑफ पावर तो बिगड़ चुका, disturbed. Now unipolar system is there. Unipolar means one powerful country. That is USSR. Sorry, USA. In this chapter, we try to understand the nature, extent, and limits of this dominance. We began by narrating the story of the rise of the New World Order from the first Gulf War, US-led invasion of Iraq. याद है आपको फर्स्ट गल्फ वॉर हुआ था और इराक ने कुवैत के ऊपर अटैक कर दिया था. इराक अटैक ऑन कुवैत. व्हाई? Iraq is a Muslim country. Kuwait is a Muslim country. But Iraq wants to capture Kuwait. Why? Because Kuwait is a very small country, powerful country. Why powerful country? Because the economy is powerful over there. How the economy comes? From the natural gas, petrol. These are petrol, gas, and natural gas. Petrol and the natural gas. Abundant. That's why Kuwait is many Indians are living over there. In Kuwait, many Indians are living. A lot, a lot. The people are working as engineers, the doctors, nurses, lots of people are there. Right. So, complete Punjab is there. You can see one of the major portion of Punjab is living in Middle East and Kuwait. Right. So, US-led invasion of Iraq, we then pause to understand the nature of US domination with the help of the concept of hegemony. After exploring the political, economic and cultural aspects, यूएस हेजेमनी क्यों है? वही तो कारण होगा कि यूएस हेजेमनी है वहां पे वर्ल्ड में. So it has three powerful aspects. Chapter first chapter is of economics. Second chapter is of cultural aspect, and another one is political aspect. Right. We assess India's policy option in dealing with the US family. US finally we turn to see if there are challenges to this hegemony and whether it can be overcome. क्या ये हो सकता है? क्या overcome हो सकता है? Right. Now, now there are three. There are here. There are three stories over here. Three stories are there, but in these three stories, you will see that US hegemony is there. First, stories of Aisha. Aisha was doing well in her studies at a high school in the outskirts of Baghdad. आपको पता है Baghdad is the राजधानी of Iraq, and Americans attacked on Iraq to ousted it from Kuwait. मैंने अभी आपको बताया था कि इराक ने कुवैत के ऊपर हमला कर दिया था. तो अमेरिका was involved to you know hang till death of Saddam Hussein. Iraq के राष्ट्रपति, the president of Iraq, Saddam Hussein was hanged by Americans. Right. Aisha was doing very well in her studies at a high school in outskirts of Baghdad and was planning to study medicine in university. She lost a leg in 2003 when a missile slammed into an air raid shelter in which she was hiding with her friends. एक शेल्टर एयर रेड शेल्टर था जहाँ पे वो उसने अपने आप को छुपा रखा था. बम्बार्डमेंट हुआ और वहाँ पे she was she was vexed in that particular bombardment and her one leg was amputated. Now she is learning to walk again. उसका एक पाँव से कट गया bomb blast में. So and what she wants to do? She wants to go for medicine, but she will not be able to do it because the country situation is very much bad over there during the war scenario. What to do? She is learning again how to walk with a leg, with a leg. एक पाँव के साथ चलने का तरीका वो फिर से शुरू कर दिया, सीख रही थी. But she promised that when there will be peace in Iraq, when everything will be cool and calm, she planned to do the study on medicine. It's written over here. Now she is learning all over work again. She still plans to become a doctor, but only after foreign armies leave her country. Foreign armies कौन है यहाँ पे? America and its allies. They are the foreign armies. Right. Now her all dreams are shattered at the moment. At the moment, every dream is shattered. Now she is, learning again to walk again, learning again to walk. Right. Because she is having just one leg. It happened during an air raid by Americans on Baghdad. First, second story. Janu is a talented young artist who lives in Durban, South America, South Africa. I'm sorry. His paintings are heavily influenced by traditional tribal art. He wants to go to school and later open his own studio. However, his father wants him to study an MBA, then join the family business. The business is not doing well. Jabu's father feels that with an MBA degree, Jabu will be able to make the family business profitable. Nothing very difficult. जाबू एक लड़का है, बहुत अच्छी पेंटिंग करता है, वो पेंटिंग सीखना चाहता है, and father wants that he should go for MBA and should set with in his shop because or his business because his business is doing not very good, and his father thinks that when Jabu will be in MBA, Master of Business Administration, he will be able to you know uh, hold the family business in proper way and improve the condition of the family. Now, Andre, Andrei. Andrei is a young man living in Perth, Australia. His parents are immigrants. Immigrants means जो बाहर से दूसरे देश से वहाँ पर उन्होंने वहाँ की नागरिकता ली हो. Immigrants, शरणार्थी जिसे कहते हैं. From Russia. Russia से. पहला बंदा Ali she one is that is Aisha. She's from Iraq. The incident from Iraq. Second incident from South Africa, and third incident is from Australia. His parents are immigrants from Russia. His mother gets very angry every time Andrei puts on blue jeans to go to church. She wants him to look respectable in church. Andrei tells his mother that jeans are cool, that give him the sense of freedom. Andrei's father reminds his wife how they too used to wear jeans when they were youngsters in Leningrad, and for the same reason that their son now, invokes. Next है, last है हमारे पास story Andrei की. They are from basically, he's from Australia, migrated from Russia, right? He used to go to church, and Russia is a communist country. I think they ran away from Russia, and in Australia they took shelter. Now, whenever Andrei, used to have jeans, her mother used to be very angry. She should to say that please be sober before God. Andrea said to wear jeans is not a bad thing. It feels cool. It means You know, you can show with these genes, you can show your arguments and your thinking, sense of freedom to the people, because in Russia, in USSR, freedom was not there. Everything was there. You cannot speak frankly against the government. I told you earlier that USSR is a communist country. In communist country, your value of expression is not respected. Andrei has had an argument with his mother. Jabu may be forced to study a subject that he has no interest. In contrast, Aisha lost her leg and has to lucky be alive. How can we even discuss the problem in the same breath? We can and must do so, that we shall see in this chapter. All three have been in different ways affected by US hegemony. We meet Aisha, Jabu, and Indra again, but let us first understand how US hegemony began and how it operates in the world today. Beautiful sentence. Means ये तीनों कहानी अलग अलग है, बट इन तीन स्टोरीज के साथ यूएस हेजेमनी जुड़ी हुई है, US power जुड़ा हुआ. What do you mean by this? These are three citizens from various other states. States means country over here. But their life has been affected by the US hegemony. Iraq-Iran war, Iraq-Kuwait war affected by US. South Africa, African continent affected by US. Right? And America and USSR, it is said that America has a very important role to play in the disintegration of USSR, because America is a democratic country and USSR was a socialist country or a communist country where expression of your opinion is not being respected. Right? So these are the three phrases. We will follow the popular usage of words. Here it is. We will follow the popular usage of the word America. बार बार I'm using a word America. Why we are using? Because American hegemony is absolutely visible everywhere, every nook and corner of any country, any continent. American power, American people, they are playing their role to capture others' economy. Right. We will follow the popular usage of word America to refer to the United States to America, but it had been maybe useful to remind ourselves that the expression America covers the two continents of North and South America, and that the US is only one of the countries of the American continent. Thus, the use of word America solely for the US already in sign of the US hegemony that we see and understand this chapter. तो हम आप इस चैप्टर को कैसे पढ़ रहे हैं? हम चैप्टर में पढ़ रहे हैं यूएस हेजेमनी. करेक्ट. तो यूएस हेजेमनी तो है ही. अब USSR is not in the picture. Earlier balance of power was there. Now balance of power is not there. Only USA is there. So it shows its hegemony. Now, for example, I want to say something about India also. Now look, Donald Trump. Donald Trump, right? He was ousted by voting, and Joe Biden came. But do you think if Donald Trump goes off and Joe Biden came and Joe Biden goes off, then some other people come with the with the presidentship. And do you think that the coming president will not follow the policy of US hegemony as a word in the word politics? क्या आप सोचते हो कि यूएस जो है अपनी पावर को शो नहीं करेगा? मे बी द वे कुड बी डिफरेंट. Maybe the way of the coming president could be different, as it was different, absolutely showing power, methods of showing power by Donald Trump. डोनाल्ड ट्रम्प किसी और तरीके से अपने पावर को शो करता था, अपने यूएस के पावर को शो करता था. बट पावर को तो शो करना ही है. दिस इज कॉल्ड यूएस हेजेमनी. Now, this is beginning of the new world order. The sudden collapse of the Soviet Union. I told you many times. The sudden collapse of Soviet Union paved the way of US hegemony in world politics as a unipolar country. Paved the way means रास्ता देना. किसी का तो संहार हो गया. But for example, if you go to Ramayana, here one character Ravan is there. Yes, he wants to show his own hegemony. Where? On Sri Ramchandra. He wants to show his hegemony. And Sri Ram also wants to show his hegemony, his powerful aspect on his counterpart. So this is the game of hegemony. Maybe the character changes, maybe the country changes, but there is US hegemony. There is a Indian hegemony on Pakistan, Pakistan land also. India की भी अपनी hegemony है. So, but we are reading US hegemony. So sudden collapse of the Soviet Union took everyone by surprise. Took everyone by surprise. While one of the two superpowers ceased to exist, the other remained with its powerful power intact. Every even enhanced, thus it would be appear the US hegemony began in 1991 after the Soviet Union disappeared from the international scene. This is largely correct, but was need to keep in mind two readers. Keep in mind two readers to this. First, we shall see in this chapter some aspect of US hegemony did not emerge in 1991, but in fact go back to end of the Second World War in 1945. Second, the US did not start behaving like a hegemonic power right from 1991. It became clear much later, and the world was in fact living in a peaceful of hegemony, period of hegemony. Let us therefore look at this process by which US hegemony got established more closely. Means 1991 में जब यूएसएसआर disintegrate हो रहा था, right? So then suddenly it is not there. Okay, the USSR, USSR disintegrated and USA came up. No, it not be possible. Slow and steadily, US wants to show its powerful muscle through economy. First of all, through economy. किससे show किया? First of all, economy से show. क्योंकि at that time, in 1991, when USSR was disintegrated and under the process of disintegration, it needs lot of money, whatever the money could be of USSR. And USSR money's value, currency's value was coming to the down up to the zero mark. धीरे 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 उनका जो पैसे की कंडीशन थी ना वर्ल्ड मार्केट में बिल्कुल नेग्लेक्ट हो गई. So what happened then? USSR, USA, SSR become a You can say near to the poor country. It was not a poor country, but near to the poor country. On the other hand, USA become very powerful. It becomes very powerful. So this is US hegemony. In August 1990, Iraq invaded Kuwait, rapidly occupying and subsequently annexing it. After a series of diplomatic attempts failed at covering Iraq to quit its aggression, the United Nations mandated the liberation of Kuwait by force for the UN. This was a dramatic decision after years of deadlock during the Cold War. The US President George W. Bush hailed the emergency of a new world order. You know, इराक के ऊपर इराक के ऊपर that um, Iraq attacked on Kuwait. Iraq attacked on Kuwait, and the Kuwait asked the help from USA. Iraq asked the help. No, Kuwait asked the help from USA. USA agreed. Why it agreed? Had it this this Kuwait was not a rich country in mineral resources, America is not going to help it because America knows that in Kuwait lot of reserves are there, means oil reservation and natural gas reservation. That's why America helped Kuwait with its army. Earlier it said UNO also said that Iraq should leave Kuwait and withdraw, but Iraq didn't. Then UNO forces came, and it was Iraq, US war, and in which Saddam Hussein was also, and after some time he was killed, or he was hanged till death by the American forces. Just imagine कीजिए अमेरिका की स्ट्रॉन्ग मसल को जिसने दूसरे देश के राष्ट्रपति को फांसी पर चढ़ा दिया. आप इसको ना फील कीजिए. जब तक just don't read it man. Why I'm saying it in every word very clearly, because so that you can understand what is the meaning of US hegemony. इस यूएस हेजेमनी में जो यूएस है क्या शो करना चाहता है, that I'm the word power, I can do whatever I want to do. And once America said wherever democracy is not there, mind it, wherever democracy is not there, this is the part of US that by hook or by crook, by force or by something else, it should show the path of democracy. And if it is not coming up to the democratic level, the American forces has all the right to attack on that particular country. मतलब हिंदी में समझा देता हूँ कि यदि कोई कंट्री डेमोक्रेटिक नहीं है, प्रजातंत्र नहीं है, तो अमेरिका का ये फर्ज बनता है कि उस कंट्री को प्रजातंत्र या लोकतंत्र घोषित करे. Look about Iraq. Iraq was a monarchy. Saddam Hussein was there as a king. But who gave the authority to US to send its forces and kill Saddam? It wants to show its hegemony. It wants to show its muscle power. It wants to show its economic power. It wants to show its political power to the world. Okay, now I come to an end because the new chapter. Read all the parts, whatever I have done up to page number 33, uh, second last paragraph or last paragraph of the first column, page number 33, second last paragraph of the first column, right? And you continue with the 2 pages. 2 pages आपके homework पे रहते हैं every day. ठीक है? Till then, take care and have a nice time. Thank you.